asking what I'm wearing, but and I'm not sure you can see it, of course, but I'm not sure I can describe it. It's some kind of a t-shirt and some trousers and a short sleeve shirt, and it's probably selected in perfect taste or at random. I'm not sure which. Do I think I'm slightly better now than when I first started? Yes. I don't think one changes so much fundamentally, but I think I've got to try more things, I think, which is what I'm still doing now, in fact. I'm 5'7". What inspires me is a very interesting question. It's very hard to say in a way. And what I would like to say is I don't believe in inspiration. That is, what often inspires me is the task in view. The first collaboration. The collaboration is inspiring. The first collaboration is with the book. And then after that, you can go and talk to the writer. I mean, as I used to go down to Great Missenden to see Rod and take some drawings, and say, I thought we could draw this bit, and he'd say, well, I think he looks a bit more sinister than that. So, do I have any tattoos? No, I do, and I wouldn't show you if I had. No, I haven't. I don't like them, actually. I'm amused to see them on other people. I've enjoyed drawing tattooed people, but I don't want to be drawn on myself. The Twits or the BFG, it's one of those, I have to choose one. I'm pleased to say I've had both, and that's what I'm going to hang on to. I suppose if it came to some kind of hypothetical push, I would say the BFG, I think, because it's the book where I think I got to know Rod most. I'm not sure I've ever come back to a drawing and dismissed it totally. I do something which I call artist neurosis sometimes, and that is when there used to be a time when I spent the whole day doing a drawing, and at the end of the day realised it was no good. And I think one of the ways in which I've perhaps got slightly better is recognising sooner when it's going wrong, so that they don't always get finished. What is my happiest memory? I don't know. I find it very hard to answer that. I don't know. Probably paddling somewhere. Pencil or pen. It has to be a pen. I mean, I've got hundreds of pencils, and I've drawn a lot with pencils, and I mean, you adapt the thing you draw with, the implement, to the task in hand, I think, so that I have done whole books with pencils, but it's scratchy things that I like. You mentioned the Twits and the BFG and Danny of Dahl, and the Twits is done with a very hard, scratchy pen nib, because they're like that. This is not a very serious quote of a quote, but I don't know, I just happened to say it to somebody yesterday, the other day before. If I'd known I was going to be any good, I'd have tried harder. But I'm still trying. You know. I hardly ever go to the cinema now or watch films, although I've watched hundreds in my life. The last one was a French film by Louis Malle, I think, called Au revoir les enfants. I think that was it. I don't think I have a favourite colour. Sometimes people accuse me of liking Viridian too much because it hardly sits in with anything else. If you want a comfortable background, a sort of orangey yellow is quite good as well. I don't know whether sadness or emotion interferes with your work. I can remember once, many, many years ago, when I was so upset about something, I was, I suppose, sad, that it actually interfered with the drawing, which I was very cross about. It works different ways. I mean, it depends what getting ready is. I wait too early, so that on some days I find myself writing letters, business letters, at 5:30 or 6. Whether that's getting ready or not, it may just be disabling oneself the rest of the day. I don't think I've ever been in a fight. I think I was nearly strangled once, but by a young man who I don't know what he'd been taking, but, I think probably, my friends would probably say, I'm afraid of travelling. I don't like travelling very much, and so what I'm afraid of is that the train may have been cancelled, or they may have taken the station away altogether. I don't normally cry. I would say I don't. You get tears coming to your eyes occasionally, and strangely it's some situation of emotional, quite curiously, it often turns out to be something about education, strangely, which I can't quite account for. When was the last time I said I love you? I don't think I'd ever say that. It would have to be some more indirect form of address. Yes, I get sent pictures. I get sent pictures from the public. I get. I had a drawing of me yesterday, and I also get. Of course, I get drawings from children as well, and I also get quite a lot of manuscripts, which I'm interested to read and which I comment on. Although I confess I have never illustrated one. Who was the last person I talked to on the phone? Was my friend Linda Kitson, who's an artist who gets very obsessed with drawing, and I have to ring her again at 6:30 to tell her she's coming to have dinner with me. Yes, well, I have hay fever, so I suppose I'm allergic to something, but I'm not quite sure what it is. I would very much like to visit Australia, but I know I'm not going to because I don't like that long haul travel. But I like the Australians. I would like to go. I've been to Sardinia and Corsica. Have I been to Sardinia? Perhaps I haven't. I've been to Corsica, and I would like to go to Sicily, but I haven't got there yet. The trouble is I keep going to the same places in France, you see, which takes up the time. In general, no. I've avoided it for the whole of my life as far as possible. But just recently, recently in the past 10 years, I've taken up table tennis, which where you don't have to move about too much, but you have to concentrate, which is nice. It's a little bit of hand and eye coordination, which seems to be the sort of thing I like. No, would I bungee jump? You must be joking. A favourite karaoke song means that I have to sing it, doesn't it?
Quite possibly.
I think my friends would object to that. I don't try to sing, and if I happen to have sung something, it's met with derision. I won't give you an example. Well, that's a difficult question. Who should answer lots of questions like these? But why should they be put through it? I've just been making an arrangement with Michael Morpurgo, who I've worked with on several occasions, both as a writer and as with his wife, the initiator of Farmers for City Children, which is another charity which I'm very pleased to support. And I'm just making an arrangement with him that we're both going to appear in a storytelling festival in Hastings, and he's able to be there, I'm very pleased to say. And I'm sure, I know that all his answers to those questions will be very interesting.